we continue to get regular questions when it comes to 0-hour employees. So first of all, 0-hour employees are employees with employee rights. So if you have people who you call by the very old school name of casuals, that is not legal anymore. You can't be doing that. You can't be having people that you just pay cash in hand, or just, I don't know, they come to work when you tell them to and you pay them, but that is illegal. You can't do that anymore. What are the ins and outs of a 0-hour contract? The one thing that make it really different to anything else, and is why we want to use it, is the flexibility of not having to give hours. Say, that's what it says on the tin. 0 hours guaranteed, right? But the bit that a lot of our clients forget is that's a two-way street. That's why this contract is also appealing to a lot of employees. Because what this means is that you have no obligation to give them hours or offer them work. They have no obligation to accept your work, because realistically, they might already be working somewhere else on that day. Or they might have a period of time when they're not working. They might not work during summer school holidays, for example. The important way to think about this is you need to check availability. That's important with 0-hour staff, and that is the bit that a lot of our clients are missing. Checking availability. So what you're doing is sending out a rota, and then they're getting pushback, and they're getting like, oh, I'm not available on that day. Oh, I can't do that day. Oh, I'm not working right now. And then they get frustrated with these employees. And that's when I get these conversations like, we want to get rid of them because they never take in shifts, blah, blah, blah. They're not available for work. When actually a better way to handle and manage this is to check availability on a regular basis and have a way in which you do that. For example, on a weekly basis, or, a few days before you do the rota, something should be sent out to all your 0-hour staff to say, I'm doing the rota next Monday. Let me know now what your availability is for the next month. It avoids all of that frustration for the employer and kind of lack of engagement from the employee. The other things to remember, holiday. Now, holiday can be managed in a number of different ways for 0-hour employees, but the majority of our clients are paying out holiday for 0-hour employees on a monthly basis using the 12.07% method. Really simple. Hours worked times 12.07%. You add that amount that you get there is what they would have accrued in holiday. You add the accrued holiday to their pay. You pay them out for it on a monthly basis. What that means is when they want to take holiday, all they do is tell you they are not available for work. They don't have to book holiday. They don't have to request holiday. They don't have to have holiday available in order to take holiday. They have already accrued and been paid for their holiday, and their contract gives them the right to be available for work or not be available for work. That's holiday. So in terms of rest breaks, this is the other one where we don't see the question so much anymore, but we used to see this question all the time. Do we pay 0-hour people for their rest breaks? Yes, you do. In short, yes, you do. If you pay other staff for their rest breaks, then you pay 0-hour staff. If you don't pay your other staff, then you don't pay your 0-hour staff. They are eligible for maternity. They are eligible for sick pay. Once the shift is accepted by a 0-hour employee, or once a 0-hour employee has confirmed to you that they're available and they can do that shift, the rules then start to apply to that. If they are then a no-show for that shift, they'll be disciplined for that. If they are late for that shift, they'll be disciplined for that. They can't just tell you the day before, oh, I can't no longer do that shift. No. You've accepted the shift, but in the same way, they are then eligible for sick pay. So if they called in sick on that day for the shift that they had accepted, they would be eligible for sick pay if it applies. And the same goes for time off for dependents. If Susie calls in the morning at 7 o'clock and says, I can't do my 9 o'clock start shift today because my child is sick and I, couldn't drop her off at the nursery. That is time off for dependents, and they are entitled to that just like any other employee. They have protection from unfair dismissal after 2 years, just like any other person. And they have the right to work elsewhere. So your part-time and your full-time employees, there's an other work clause in your contract. That means that employees have to ask you for permission to take a second job. 0-hour employees, it is assumed that they have more than one 0-hour job.
Thanks for watching. If you want a free peace of mind call with us to discuss your policies, handbook, and any burning staff issues in your business, click the link in the description below.